So, in spirit of discovering myself, discovering yourself, I wanted to share some of the very important things that I discovered with the quarantine, which started about almost a whole year ago now. The most important thing that I learned from this quarantine was that Carol Baskin killed her husband and fed him to the tigers. The cats are not innocent, and neither is Carol. Told you I was gonna show you my cats. But I'm serious, that was a really big part of the very beginning of quarantine. Like, quarantine hit, Tiger King blew up, Carol Baskin fed her husband to the tigers. I know, but it's something that I learned, so I'm sharing that with you. Another thing that I learned is that I really hate wearing bras, and I know a lot of women already felt that way about bras before the quarantine, but I loved wearing bras. I loved the underwire, I loved all the extra padding. I didn't need the support, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty tiny everywhere, if you know what I mean. But I loved bras, man. I thought they were the best thing. I slept in regular bras. I know, but I did. But when quarantine hit, I was like, well, whatever. I'm just chilling at home. I don't need to wear a bra. I tried to wear one again a couple months later, and my boobs hurt so bad after like an hour. 1 hour of wearing a standard bra, and my tits were so sore. And I really haven't worn a regular bra since then. It's pretty bad. Pretty great. I mean, the girls love being free. I do wear sports bras. I need a little bit of something to protect my nipples because my nipples are pierced. I'm not going to show you that because this is YouTube and I think that's against the rules. But they need just a little bit of something to protect the piercings. But I wear really basic sports bras, like the ones that don't have any support. It's basically just a piece of fabric. And sometimes I just wear one of those camisole tank tops that were really hot in the 2000s. The built-in bra tank tops, which it's not anything like a bra, but there's just some extra layering to protect the nips. So I've just been wearing stuff like that, and it's great. It's so great. If I ever have to wear something fancy, which may never happen again because of the Rona, maybe I just won't wear a bra and be really careful. I don't know. I'm not worried about it anymore. But now I have so many bras that, should I just throw them away? Should I keep them just in case? I don't know. But I learned that I don't like bras. And I told myself I loved them for years. Why did I do that? Bras suck. So that's another very important piece of information that I learned. I've always been an introvert, and it is very weird channeling into some extroverted energy to make videos so far. It's not talking to an actual person, but I know that maybe there's people watching on the other end. So that it's just weird mentally, but I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna do it. I'm trying my best. Um, I've always been an introvert, and the quarantine only like nailed that in. Like, man, I love being an introvert. I love being at home. I love not talking to people. I love not seeing people. If I do see people, I like keeping my distance. Like, oh, don't get too close to me. Corona, disease, stay back. Not everyone listens, but it's also really nice. Like, if I have to work in person, I can be like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat my lunch in my car or whatever, and be really antisocial. And right now, that's expected. That's normal. And I love that. I can be the most antisocial person that my heart wants to be, and there's not a lot of judgment. Like, it's applauded right now. It's applauded to be antisocial. It's kind of the best thing ever. I know that this pandemic has been really hard for a lot of people, and I'm not downplaying that. But what I'm saying is, I love being able to be my introverted self and be antisocial. It just makes me feel really good, you know? I spent so much time at home recently because of the pandemic, obviously. And I love being home. I've always loved being home. Home has been a different place for me throughout my life, but like my actual home, now that I live on my own, is a great place. I love it here. I don't need to go much of anywhere. Like, I hate going to the grocery store. I was gonna start with, was gonna try out Instacart, but like, I hate going to the grocery store. I'm not gonna go to the grocery store for other people. Screw that. Great business model though, because I don't like going to the grocery store anymore. Go figure. Yeah, I love not being around people. Like, we should just be in quarantine forever. Like, everyone should have to work from home. No social gatherings allowed. Sorry. Social distancing always. I love wearing a mask. Like, I don't need other people to breathe on me. So keep that mask on. I love it. I love it. Yeah, being away from people has been so refreshing. The only problem is I'm starting to have to go out into the world more often now with school and my job, and I don't really like it. I just want to stay at home forever. So that sucks for me. Um, on a more serious note, I did find a new hobby that I love. I started mountain biking, and at first, it was really hard and really scary because I'm a baby. Growing up, I did have a bike, but like, I rode on the sidewalk, I rode on pavement. My brother would ride off like the curb on the street. I couldn't do that because that was way too scary for me. So it's actually really shocking that I'm mountain biking right now. I'm hoping to get a GoPro because I want to take some mountain biking videos. I've got so many different interests and passions that it's hard to like make a YouTube channel with just one thing. So I'm hoping that it makes sense for me to incorporate everything. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I also, throughout the winter, because of my mountain biking, I've been exercising consistently for the longest time in my life, like, the longest consecutive time. And I think it's because I love this sport so much that I want to get better, and you have to be really fit to mountain bike. It's really physically demanding. So I'm exercising consistently so that once spring hits, I can go right back to it. I can get stronger. I'm hoping to actually like get even better over the winter and like go into spring swinging. So if you are having trouble motivating yourself to exercise, you gotta find a reason. General fitness didn't work for me as a reason. Neither did like a hot beach body. Like, who cares? I'm eating the pizza. Try to find a sport or like a physical activity, because that is what is gonna keep you going and keep you motivated. Self-care, despite like not having to worry so much about like much of anything over the pandemic, because I'm very fortunate, um, you still get in a weird headspace sometimes. So you've got to make sure that you're doing things that you want, you're making progress towards your goals, even if the world is on hold. I actually started a blog at the beginning of the pandemic, and then I realized that I really did not like writing that much. I said I wanted a different kind of project. I wanted a personal project, and that's why I started blogging. But I just felt like work, and I was really uninspired. And I really started it just to like monetize from it. And it doesn't work if you don't love what you're doing or writing about. So I wasted my time, I wasted some money because it's not free to start a blog. I also bought a blogging course. It was a good course, and if I really was into blogging, I think I would have found success, but I gave up on that, so, you know. I realized that I don't really like working with people. Like, I don't hate it, but I'd rather be at home, not with people, because I just love being at home. That is another big thing that I learned. I was able to work at home for the company I work for temporarily, and I loved it. Like, I could work at home forever, I think. Some people feel like they need to get out of the house and go somewhere to be productive, to get away from the house. I love being here. I don't want to leave. I was working in my jammies. I had my coffee. Didn't have to see anyone. I was on the phone a lot, but that's okay. So that's what quarantine taught me. And I hope quarantine taught you some important things. Um, are you still wearing a bra? Because I'm not.
This is Rocky. And that's Donnie. Donnie. They hang out in bed all day long 'cause they're lazy.